You were my courage, my sword and shield, grace under pressure, my wall of steel. I was a stone weighing us down. You were the angel I chained to the ground. I miss the way you
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, hi, my name is Maya, and today's video is going to be 7 things I plan on doing with Grayson. Now, I did do a poll asking if you guys wanted to know the things that I won't be doing with Grayson, like things that I'm strongly going to be against, but as I tried to write down things, I did notice that there was only a couple of things that I'm super duper strongly against with doing with Grayson. So I will talk about those things because I also have things that the things that I'm definitely going to be hopefully doing with Grayson, that I plan on doing with Grayson, there is some of them I will talk about the things I won't be doing with him. So I'm going to stop rambling and get right on with the video. So the first thing is very big with parents is immunizations, and these are like shots, flu shots, all those types of shots. And me personally, I have had my flu shot and all of those kind of immunizations when I was a baby, so I do plan on having Grayson get them because I don't want him to get sick. I'm not saying that people that don't have their children get their shots and stuff like that get sick, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I know there is a lot of things that could happen with getting the shots and stuff. The only one that I would kind of be like on the fence about, which I have also been on the fence about with my pregnancy, is the flu shot. I did decide to get the flu shot at my doctor's appointment that I'm going to tomorrow, but I'm also kind of thinking that I might not get it. I'm like still on debates about it, and I'm thinking I'm more going to go towards no of getting the flu shot because of pretty much my experience with the shot that I just got after like 2 years of not having any shots. And I know that might sound bad, but I haven't been to a normal school, so I haven't had to have any like normal immunization shots. So I haven't gotten any shots, I haven't had the flu shot, and I've been perfectly fine. And yes, I am pregnant, but I haven't had my flu shot for pretty much the entire winter season, and I haven't gotten sick. And if you guys watched my previous video and you heard watched and I saw what I talked about with the shot that I just previously got from the doctor's office, that was supposed to just help my head, and how that went, I'm kind of like debating on thinking that I'm not going to get my flu shot because I honestly don't know how my body is going to react. But I do want him to have his immunizations. They aren't going to be something that I absolutely have to get him because of school relations, and I will get into that more later. But I do really want to get him his shots, especially when he's first born. He's going to be more a baby in the winter time. He is born in the second to last month of summertime in July, and it's still summertime, so he'll have a month of summer, but then it's just straight cold where I live, and the weather is so wonky. I don't want him to get sick and stuff and have like all that kind of stuff. Now the flu shot I might be like a little iffy on, like I am right now with me, but we will cross that path when he is here. The next one is having him sleep in his own bed unless he is sick. Now this is something that has what I wouldn't be doing with Grayson. I do not want Grayson to be sleeping in my bed with me, and the reason for that is I am a heavy sleeper, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, your heavy sleeping is going to go away because you have a baby and like the smallest movements of them is going to wake them up. But I do not I don't feel comfortable having him in my bed, especially if me and my boyfriend are going to be in the, if he spends the night and helps me with the baby at nighttime. I don't really trust having the baby in the bed with me and him because me and my boyfriend already are smushed in my bed. So having the baby in the middle or next to me, I don't really feel comfortable with. But Grayson will be right next to my bed, so I do know that I will be comfortable having him next to me in his little pack and play because he will be lifted up. I will be able to see him from when I'm laying down and all of that, and it's just going to be so much easier. And I don't want to have Grayson in the habit of co-sleeping with me because I do know that that is sometimes a really hard thing to break for a baby, is having co-sleeping be broken. And I don't want to have to go through that. But if he is sick and he does not calm down and he wants me or Alan and he's sick, then that's probably the only time we will allow him to sleep, unless for like naps and stuff. If he falls asleep in the bed, then I will allow him to sleep in bed. But at nighttime, I do really want him to be sleeping in his own crib or pack and play or whatever he's going to be sleeping in when we are there, just so that he's in the habit of that. Now, I slept with my mom pretty much in bed for, I think, like just up until like the past couple of years. I've had my own bed, but I've shared a room with her. This is like the first year that I've had my own room, and of course I got pregnant. But that's okay. So when if he is sick and stuff, I will have him stay in the same bed as me, just so that I know that he's okay. But when he's not sick and he's perfectly fine, I'm going to know he's okay because he'll be right next to me. But breastfeeding and bottle feeding. Now I'm going to get into this more and explain myself. I do plan on breastfeeding, but I'm going to also be talking to my doctor and make sure that Grayson will be able to do this. Now I want to breastfeed, and I'm going to try to also get to pump, because I have heard that breastfeeding at nighttime, especially when you're my age, it is so hard. It's like a long, tedious time, and you're going to be up and down feeding him, breastfeeding him, and sometimes he's not going to be 100% full with breast milk. So my thing is that I want to breastfeed him during the day, and if I can pump and that works for me, I'll feed him breast milk at night too. But if I cannot pump and breast milk is not doing it for him during the nighttime and I'm starting to get super duper tired, I do want to bottle feed him at night, but I still want to make sure that I do breastfeed if I'm able to. So I'm open to both. I'm okay with both. I'd rather breastfeed during the day and bottle feed at night. I know that might seem really weird, but I do want to talk to my doctors about that, just so that I know Grayson is eating more, like getting all that he needs, and I'm not going to fall asleep at night. So yeah. So the next thing is pacifiers. Now I know some parents are very strong against pacifiers, and I don't mind Grayson having a pacifier. Me and Alan do plan on having him have pacifiers. Some parents are super duper against them. Some parents do change over their minds because babies are naturally given pacifiers in the hospital when they're born. I do know that. And my mom had trouble with me and pacifiers because she didn't take my pacifier away at the right time. So I was kind of hooked on pacifiers longer than what I needed to be. Some people say that pacifiers mess up like your teeth if you have them for too long, but I don't really see the harm of having the baby have a pacifier as long as you take it away at the right time and you're not just letting your child have it for like 3 years. I plan on having Grayson have his pacifier for a little over a year, maybe almost 2, maybe a year and a half. But pacifiers are good soothing things that helps them sleep sometimes, and it's just something, they don't necessarily get hooked on it. And as long as you're trying to take it away at the right time, I don't see the problem of it. The next thing, the last few things actually are more for when he is older. And this one is homeschooled. And the reason we have chose homeschooled is because I am homeschooled. I absolutely love being homeschooled, and with how me and Alan went to school and like problems and stuff that we've had at school, we don't want Grayson to go to school and have to deal with any of that. We want him to be able to be home and happy and be able to do things. And plus, if he's homeschooled through the same program that I am, we'll be able to do more family things together and not have to worry about school hours and only having certain amount of days that we can have family time with. So it's going to be so much easier, and I feel like it would work with our schedule more. Now, obviously, if Greyson, when he is older, really wants to go to school, I'm not going to say no to him. I will let him go to a normal public school, and if he does decide to do that and then he doesn't like it, I will pull him back out. If he does like it, I will keep him in there, but it is completely up to him. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we're just going to do homeschool for high school or if we're going to do it through elementary too, because I was in school from through whole elementary and nothing really went wrong. I had a lot of fun. My teachers were all nice and all that, and high school is where things started to really go down. People got really mean, and so I was pulled out of school. So if we do ever send him to school, I'm definitely pulling him out when he goes up to high school grades, because I don't want him to deal with all of that. But I'm pretty sure right now we are including elementaries too with the homeschooling. We will figure that out more when Greyson gets to around the age of being able to go to school. So for now, we're just more focused on a newborn that's going to be coming our way in less than 5 months. The next one is hard worker. Now, I really want to make sure that Greyson understands the concept of hard work and that you can't just be lazy, because a lot of teenagers I know can be quite lazy. I want him to do a lot of stuff, like have chores and stuff, because I have some chores that I do, but I don't really do a lot, and I feel like that if I did have more chores back when I was in school and before I got pregnant, I wouldn't have been the bratty teenager and stuff that I was. So I kind of want him to realize what hard work is, and I don't want him to be sitting around and being a slacker. I want him to know how to do his own laundry and stuff like that, because those are important things in life that you need to know about. I want him to be able to help out around the house when we need him to, and I don't want him to have like that attitude like, oh, mom's gonna do it, so I can just throw it here and I won't have to pick it up. So last but not least is country life. Now, this is going to probably be a kind of long explanation. Now, me and Alan are both pretty country people. Now, I know that might not seem like it about me, but I grew up in the city. He kind of grew up more out in the country area. Now, I am a country girl. I'm not afraid to get muddy and stuff like that, but I definitely want Greyson to grow up more in the country life, riding four-wheelers and stuff like that, and playing in the mud and not being afraid of all that. I want him to be raised right and be just like have a good life, because me and Alan do plan on moving to live in the country so that we can do all those fun things. So we want to make sure that Greyson is going to be a little country boy and knows that's another thing that hard work goes with, doing hard work, fixing up things, and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess it wasn't that long of an explanation, but we do want him to have fun in the country world, because a lot of my family and Alan's family do ride four-wheelers and stuff like that, and that's something that we think that Greyson would really like. When Greyson gets old enough, I do plan on getting him his own little like motorized truck and stuff like that he can ride around on trails, and I just think it would be fun for him to do and something that he'd enjoy growing up in. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.
I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got